We back again to chat to people. As always, we gotta thank you. But most importantly, before you do any build and you put VC on it, play a MyCareer game with no attribute upgrades. The capbreaker is here. It will affect you. There is no solution for it. It's not just affecting me, it is a well-known 2K issue, and it is no fix. As of right now, I spent like the first 30 hours with it, and I had to restart my console, unplug it like twice, and then it eventually did it. But another solution is make another person. At that point, you play a game with the other person, make sure the progression is there, and then switch back to your person, and the progression should work. If it doesn't, just make that same build and then retry again. But I do think that's very important that we know that, and that's here. And every build video should disclose that first off. But everybody wants to know like all these DemiGod game breaking builds. I personally don't think the builds are game breaking. I kind of almost think the game is broken a little bit. But as you can see, I built this over 80 badge, and in my opinion, it's trash. I just wanted to use it for like educational purposes and talk about a couple things. So first off, I want to talk about there are minor and major stats. Like that's why you'll notice, let's say close shot would be considered a major stat, and you'll see a lot of people just do the post control because it's like the free throw. Like if you play park or anything like that, you're not going to use free throw, but you put it up just for the badge points, and that's the same concept as that. And so I mean, when you see that, I mean, you can make your build depending on however you want to play. If I personally don't feel comfortable doing that, and my build has, close shot and interior defense. But if you apply principles and concepts, you can make your build. And one of the concepts is the major and minor. So that's why you'll see no close shot but a bunch of post control, because it's gonna it'll give you more badge points than if you put that up, because this would be considered major, that would be minor. Same, we just moved that down. Each category has that. And when you're watching a person's build video, especially in something like this, if you watch it and you put it there, like you just don't put it exactly in the order they do it, you might not get the same build. So this is just a good example. So you see there's no strength. If you put up, well maybe because it's not that, but I know like when you put up strength, it'll like raise your interior defense and things of that nature. So they're like all kind of like dependent on each other. I'm looking here. Well, I don't know. Either way, I know that they're dependent on your build. When you raise certain things, it goes, other things go up as well. So like the whole interior defense thing, when people are saying you don't need interior defense, I wanted to go to the park and just check out a couple things, and I have interior defense, and I'm like, this right here, this guy supposedly had Hall of Fame clamps, and I'm sure that guy doesn't have any matching badges to match that. So and he's doing that, and I'm like, okay, well maybe he doesn't have interior defense. But at this point, I'm thinking in my head like, okay, that shouldn't happen to me. But badge activated 100% smother, and I get that. Like this here is all we're really going to see this year. Like right here, all 2K right now, I want to say, is going to be ISO ball because of the upgrades to the driving dunk and the badges. And I don't believe it should necessarily be patched. I'm having a good time with it, but I completely agree. This person is out of position to properly defend the paint at this point with the badges. I want to say we have to start getting people out here. Like, he was clearly under the rim, and he was getting dunked on, and the person doesn't even have a badge or anything. But yes, he was out of position. But at the same time, if you have interior defense, you should be rewarded for that. Like, you should honestly be rewarded for it, instead of when you don't include interior defense, you're not penalized for it. So like that, this is where I'm stuck at it with. So, should the way the game play be fixed? I believe something should happen, but I believe it should be more of a buff on the defensive end than a nerf. And when you're building a player, I mean, of course you can build however you want to, but when you're looking at the build videos, just keep a couple things in mind. As you see it, it's free to go into the MyPlayer builder. And saying something is game breaking, that's not always the case. The game is just broken. And that's why I wanted to include those clips, because I have the badges, I have all of that, and sometimes you still just get it just goes in. Like, what are you supposed to do? So that's just the reality of what's going on now. When you're building it, don't try and be great at everything. Like me personally, I made let's say I wanted to make a Shaq who can shoot. I didn't put crazy speed with ball, or like, I understand that when you're making a build, you're going to have 3 to 4 things that are at a 25, and you can check that in the videos. You also want to make sure that at least you have your vertical, you have your driving dunk, and certain the animation requirements. And when you're watching the build videos, you kind of just want to see the people's height, their weight, their wingspan. You want to judge the competition, like that's basically what it is. You see the badge count, because not every build video is going to fit the play style or your friends list, because nobody wants to sit there and watch you ISO and corner camp. And if you see certain videos, and if it's one-on-one gameplay, just know the rookie build is at an easier difficulty. Like, these builds don't come with a patch guarantee. They're not gonna come with a VC guarantee. And you see, like, I have interior defense, maybe it is, but I know I have Hall of Fame rim protector, and I don't feel rewarded for having high interior defense. So when honestly, when they say you don't need it, it's not because you don't need it, it's because you're not rewarded for having it. You know what I mean? And when you watch these videos, just remember, these people, this is what they do. They're YouTubers or they're streamers. They're hardly out of position. So if they do make a bad build or something that's, right now, a game breaking build, just know their official 2K21 next gen build is coming out, and it's not going to be the build that you made with spent your VC on. That's just my opinion on it. You also have to understand how many people on your friends list even have that the next gen console. So right now, we basically playing with randoms. I am, at least. So if everybody's gonna have the same build, it's basically going to be who has the animations that aren't going to get blocked or things of that nature. And when you're playing, also, I do understand you won't know if you're checking a center, a small forward, or anything of that nature. So I mean, there's a lot of things that, I believe need to be upgraded. I wouldn't say any patch yet. I would say if there's such a heavy emphasis on um, offense, at least buff the defense. Then you don't have to nerf the offense, especially because it's fun. It reminds me and other people of the old 2K. So yeah, I mean, if you stuck around this long, appreciate it. Don't complain about the music. We only had one track. Send us some more tracks if that, but we gonna let it rock out because the game's almost over here. But I mean, I'm enjoying 2K. I'm gonna need people to run with on the PS5. You already know, Discord link below. And just I'm having a good time, and I hope you are too. I'm still trying to figure out why sometimes instead of giving me those standing dunk animations, I do those weird things. And you'll see like a lot of speedy people. Like, I personally believe I don't experience, I'm not like hurt out there because I don't have clamps. If somebody runs by me, it's because they're faster than me, not because of clamps. You know what I mean? Like, on the perimeter, I'm seeing people get cooked with Hall of Fame clamps. But I don't know. 2K sometimes rewards the people who are badgeless. I mean, that's just my opinion. But we'll see. Give me that. Game time. Game time.